Hello and welcome to this fifth lecture on first order exact differential equations. We know now that the first order first degree ordinary differential equation is dy by dx is equal to function of xy, and based on whether this right hand side is a linear or non-linear, this whole differential equation can be said linear or non-linear differential equation. And we have also studied so far in the previous lectures the possible analytical solutions by using variable separable form, or if the differential equation is homogeneous or linear, then how to solve them. And now today we are going to talk about what are exact differential equations and how to solve exact differential equations. So the exact differential equation, a differential equation of the form m function of xy dx plus n function of xy dy is equal to 0. Okay. So this is a first order differential equation, first order and first degree. If you divide with dx, it is m plus n dy by dx, or if you divide by dy, then again it is m dx by dy plus n is equal to 0, right? So it's a first order first degree in y or x, and maybe linear non-linear depending upon m and n. Okay. So it is said to be exact if its left hand member is exact differential of some function u. That is, if the left hand side m dx plus n dy, it can be written as exact differential of some function u. Okay, so it can be written as d of u, where u is a function of x and y. Okay, so if you are given a first order first degree differential equation, and if you write that in the form m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, then this will be called exact differential equation. If the left hand side m dx plus n dy, it can be written as exact differential of some u function. Okay, so if it can be written as derivative of some u, where u is a function of x and y. So if it is possible to write this, then from these two equations the left hand sides are same, so I can write du is equal to 0, and then you can integrate it on both sides and you can find the solution as u is equal to constant. Okay, so if the differential equation is exact, that means m dx plus n dy can be written as d of u, and so u becomes the solution, u equal to constant becomes the solution of the differential equation. Okay, say for example, given differential equation is y dx plus x dy is equal to 0. Okay, so this is of the form m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, and because in this is a very simple case, we know that the left hand side we can easily write as d of xy. Okay, you can check derivative of first function into second function is first function derivative second plus second derivative first, so it is y dx plus x dy. Okay, so if I equate these two, then d of xy is equal to 0, and if I integrate that xy is equal to constant becomes the solution. Okay, so xy is equal to constant is the solution of this differential equation. Now so if you are given a differential equation in this form m dx plus n dy equal to 0, then its solution will be u is equal to constant if I can write the left hand side as exact differential of u. Okay, now the question is that how to know if m dx plus n dy is exact differential, how to know that if we can write m dx plus n dy as derivative of some function u. Okay, so for that we have a result which says that the necessary and sufficient condition for the differential equation to be exact. Okay, so the necessary and sufficient condition for the differential equation m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 to be exact is this. Okay, the partial derivative of m with y is equal to partial derivative of n with x. Okay, so if this holds, then the left hand side can be written as derivative of some function u. Okay, if it do not hold, then we cannot write left hand side as derivative of u. Here partial derivative of m with y. That means this if m is a function of xy, so we are only taking derivative with y, okay, treating x as constant, and n is also function of xy, so partial derivative of n with x means we are differentiating with x, treating y as a constant. So the condition is both necessary and sufficient, so we'll prove it both ways. So first we'll prove that the condition is necessary. That means if you are given that this differential equation is exact, then this condition must hold. Okay. Now if it is given that this differential equation is exact, so by exact means the left hand side can be written as derivative of some function u. Okay. So if it is exact, so by definition m dx plus n dy can be written as derivative of u, where u is a function of xy. Also we know by total differentiation that if u is a function of xy, then du can be written as partial derivative of u with x dx plus partial derivative of u with y dy. Okay, so if you compare these two, du is equal to m dx plus n dy, and here du is partial derivative u with x dx plus partial derivative u with y dy. So if you compare this, then the coefficient of dx is m here, coefficient of dx is partial derivative u with x, so these must be equal, and similarly coefficient of dy is n and coefficient of dy is u derivative with y, so these two must be equal. So immediately we have that m is partial derivative u with x and n is partial derivative u with y. So if I differentiate this with y, then partial derivative m with y will be second derivative u with xy, and if I differentiate this equation with x, the partial derivative n with x will be second derivative u with xy. So from these two equations immediately we can say that m derivative y must be equal to n derivative x. So which immediately proves our necessary condition that if differential equation is exact, then this condition must hold. Now it is also a sufficient condition. That means if you are given a differential equation with this condition being true, then the differential equation must be exact. That means if this differential equation satisfies this condition, then the left hand side can be written as a derivative of some function u. Okay, so we will prove this second part now. Okay, so now we are given that this differential equation satisfies the condition, so we will prove that this differential equation is exact. That means the left hand side can be written as derivative of some function u. Okay, so to prove this, let the integral of m dx be equal to some function v, where y is treated as a constant while performing this integration. Okay, so we are integrating with x, treating y as a constant here, and the result is some function v of xy. So if I differentiate both sides with x, then the derivative of x of this integral will be derivative of v with x, and because the y is treated as a constant here, so derivative of integral will be m function itself. So immediately we have that m is partial derivative of v with x. Now if I differentiate this with respect to y on both sides, then partial derivative m with y will be second derivative of v with y and x. Okay, and because my is given n of x derivative, this is equal to, I can substitute this here, so partial derivative of n with x will be equal to this quantity. Okay, this is true because the condition holds. Okay, so we just substitute it. Now if I integrate with respect to x on both sides, then the n will be equal to partial derivative of v with y plus some function of y. Okay, so n we can easily calculate by integrating this. Okay, so it is v with y plus some function of y, where fy is a function of y only because the integral is with respect to x. So now we know what is m, we know what is n. So to we need to prove that the left hand side, that is m dx plus n dy, is equal to derivative of some function u. So what we will calculate now, m dx plus n dy. What is m time dx plus n times dy? So if we calculate m time dx plus n time dy, then m is this vx, so m becomes partial derivative of v with x dx plus n dy, so n is this whole quantity, so n is partial derivative of v with y dy plus fy dy. Okay, so this whole is multiplied with dy to get these two quantities. Now the first two terms, okay, v derivative x dx plus v derivative y dy, so this can be combined into a total differential, so it is dv plus fy dy. Okay, and we can write this whole quantity as derivative of v plus integral fy dy. Okay, because the derivative of integral is fy dy only, and this whole we choose as u, so we can write d of u, where u is v plus integral fy dy. So what we have proved is m dx plus n dy can be written as derivative of some u, where u is a function of xy. Okay, so the given differential equation satisfies this, is exact, because this left hand side we can write as derivative of some function u, where u is now known this. Okay, and now we know that if this is true, that if this left hand side can be written as derivative of some function u, then the solution of differential equation is nothing but u is equal to constant. That means it will be this equal to constant. What is v here? V is integral of m dx, where y is treated as constant. And what is fy here? Fy is from here it is the terms of n which do not contain x. Okay, it is a function of y only, so we can use v from here, fy from here, and we can write the solution. Okay, let us see this again. So now given this satisfying the condition, then differential equation is exact, then that means that the left hand side can be written as du, where u we said is v plus integral fy dy. So immediately we know from here these two that du is equal to 0, and we can integrate to find u is equal to constant. But u, we have said that u is v plus integral fy dy, so the solution is actually now v plus integral fy dy equal to constant. And what is v? We said is we choose it as integral of m dx treated y as constant, and fy are the terms of n not containing x. Okay, so if I use these two here, then you can remember the solution of the differential equation directly as this. So whenever you have m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 and it satisfies this condition, that means this differential equation must be exact, then you can write the solution directly as integral of m with x treating y as constant. Okay, so we can integrate this treating y as constant, this m, and from this n we take only terms which do not contain x. Okay, so we can integrate those terms and equal to constant. Okay, integrating with y, it is very simple. Okay, so if you are given a differential equation, first you check whether this condition is satisfied or not. If this condition is satisfied, you can find directly write the solution as integral of m treating y as constant and integration of only those terms of n which do not contain x, integration with dy is equal to constant. Say for example, solve the differential equation 2x cube minus xy square minus 2y plus 3 dx minus x square y plus 2x dy is equal to 0. Okay, so first if you compare with m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, then you can easily recognize that m is the coefficient, m is with dx, so m is this whole quantity 2x cube minus xy square minus 2y plus 3, and n is this whole quantity with negative sign minus of x square y plus 2x. And so you can write what is m and n, then you can calculate m derivative y, okay, and n derivative x. So that is very simple, partial derivative m with y, so this quantity becomes 0, this will become minus 2xy, this will be minus 2, and constant derivative 0. Similarly n derivative x, so y is constant here, so minus 2xy and minus 2. Okay, so if you calculate m derivative y from here and derivative x from here, and you see that both are same, so differential equation is exact because this holds. Okay, and if it is true, then the solution is integral of m, so integration of this, okay, with x treating y as constant, and integration of only those terms of out of this which do not contain x. So this x is there in first term, x is there in second term, so there is no term which do not contain x, so second integral is exactly 0 is equal to constant. Okay, so integration of m dx, so m is this whole quantity. Okay, and to while performing integration, now we will treat y as constant here. Okay, integration with x plus only those terms of n do not contain x, but every term contains x, so this part is 0 is equal to constant. So now we can integrate with x, it is x 4 by 4, x square by 2, simply x, because this is whole constant. Okay, is equal to constant. So this is one example. Say take another example. Solve the differential equation 2xy plus y minus 10y dx plus x square minus x tan square y plus secant square y dy is equal to 0. Now this first term will be m, because m dx plus this will be n and dy is equal to 0. So you can write what is m and n. Now calculate m derivative y. Okay, so that will be 2x plus 1 minus derivative of tangent y, okay, secant square y. Similarly n derivative x, so 2x, from here x derivative is 1 and so it is minus tan square y, and this derivative with x will be 0. Okay, so you have this. So immediately you see that these are equal, because 1 minus secant square y is minus tan square y. So these two are exactly equal, so the given differential equation is exact, and if it is exact, then solution is the integration of this part, m part, with respect to x, treating y as constant, and integral of only those terms of n which do not contain x. So this first term contains x, this second term contains x, this third term do not contain x. So second integral is integral of only secant square y dy equal to constant. Okay, so this whole quantity m, its integration with x treating y constant, and only secant square y from n, because it is the only term which do not contain x, is equal to constant. Okay, so it is integral with the x, so it becomes x square y, 2 cancels out, plus xy minus x tan y, and integral of secant square y, okay, which is tan y. So this is the general solution of the differential equation. Now there are many equations which are not exact, but they can be reduced to exact differential equation, and to reduce them to exact differential equation, we need to use suitable function of x or y, which we call the integrating factor, and the role of integrating factor is only to convert a non-exact differential equation into exact differential equation. Okay, so if you are given a differential equation which is not exact, but if there is some factor which is multiplied to the differential equation which converts it into exact differential equation, then that factor we call as the integrating factor. Okay, so for a given differential equation which is of the form m dx plus n dy, which is not exact, there are certain methods for evaluating integrating factor. Okay, the integrating factor will be multiplied to this on both sides, and that given differential equation will convert into a new differential equation which will be exact differential equation. The first case is that the integrating factor is calculated by inspection. Okay, so in a number of problems the integrating factor can be found after regrouping the terms of the equation, recognizing each group as part of being exact differential. Okay, so there are many regrouping terms for like we did in first example, say y dx plus x dy equal to 0, then left hand side we combined as derivative of xy. So we know that y dx plus x dy can be written as d of xy. Okay, so y dx plus x dy can be written as d of xy. So we can regroup these two terms into a single term. Similarly, there are many other such cases like x dy minus y dx over x square. This can be regrouped as derivative of y by x. Similarly, x dy minus y dx over y square can be grouped as minus d of xy, or x dy minus y dx over xy product can be grouped as derivative of log of y by x. X dy minus y dx over x square plus y square, we can regroup it as derivative of tan inverse y by x, and so on. There are many more factors. Okay, So for example, if you have to solve y dx plus x dy is equal to x dx plus y dy, then left hand side we can regroup as d of xy, right hand side is derivative of x square by 2 plus y square by 2. So we can simply integrate on both sides and write that xy equal to x square by 2 plus y square by 2 plus constant is the solution of this. Okay, so that is by inspection. Okay, so we will not talk much about this, but there are certain more types which can be reduced. The second possibility is that if you are given a differential equation which is not exact but it is in the homogeneous form. Okay, so if you are having a homogeneous differential equation which is not exact written in the form mdx plus ndy is equal to 0, then 1 over mx plus ny is an integrating factor provided the denominator is non-zero. Okay, so if you are given a differential equation and you found that the differential equation is not exact, that means partial derivative of m with y is not equal to n with x, but the differential equation is homogeneous, then you can find this integrating factor 1 over mx plus ny, and role of this factor is that if you multiply this factor to the differential equation, then the differential equation can be written in a new form which is exact, and then you can find a solution. Say for example, solve the differential equation x square y minus 2x y square dx minus x cube minus 3x square y dy is equal to 0. So if we are given a differential equation like this, m dx plus n dy is equal to 0, you first check whether it is exact or not. Okay, so for that write m and n, calculate derivative m, partial derivative y, and n derivative x. So in this case you see that this m derivative y is not equal to n derivative x, so differential equation is not exact. But because the differential equation is given a homogeneous one, each term has third degree xy factor, so you can calculate the integrating factor as 1 over mx plus ny, so this times x plus this time y in the denominator, and so integrating factor is 1 by x square y square, and role of this factor is that if I multiply this factor on both sides of differential equation, then the differential equation can be written as this 1 by y minus 2 by x dx minus x over y square minus 3 by y dy is equal to 0. Okay, so 1 by x square y square is multiplied to this equation. Now again check that this new differential equation is exact. If you have calculated this factor correctly for the homogeneous differential equation, then this is going to be an exact differential equation. This factor is m, this factor is nu n, so maybe I can call this m1 and n1. So m1 is 1 by y minus 2 by x, and n1 is minus x by y square plus 3 by y. So let us again check whether this equation is exact or not. So calculate this derivative with y, which is minus 1 by y square, and this with x, so minus 1 by y square. So clearly now the new differential equation is exact. So I can write the solution as integral of m1 dy, treating y as constant, and plus integral of those terms of n that do not contain x, so that will be 3 by y is equal to constant. So remember that because this differential equation is not exact, but this new differential equation is exact, so solution must be written using the m and n from the new equation and not from the old equation. Okay, so we can integrate with the m1 this factor plus n1 this factor not containing x terms, and then we can integrate and write the solution. The third possibility is that the integrating factor for equation of f1 xy y dx plus f2 xy x dy is equal to 0. So if you are given a differential equation in this form, where with y dx you have some function where everywhere xy occurs as product xy with same power, and the coefficient of x dy is some function of xy with same power, then this differential equation, if it is not exact, then it can be made exact by using an integrating factor of the form 1 by mx minus ny, provided the denominator is non-zero. Okay, so if your differential equation mdx plus ndy is equal to 0 is of this form, some function of xy where xy occurs in product, times y dx plus some function of xy where xy is in product times x dy is equal to 0. Then if it is not exact, then 1 by mx minus ny is an integrating factor provided denominator is non-zero. So again the integrating factor role is that if I multiply this integrating factor to the differential equation on both sides, then the differential equation will become exact. Say for example, solve the differential equation 1 plus xy y dx plus 1 minus xy x dy. So you can see that with y dx you have some function of xy. So with y dx there is some function of xy where xy always occur in product. Okay. Similarly with x dy there is a function of xy where xy occur in product. So first we check whether this given differential equation is exact or not. So m is 1 plus x by y and n is 1 minus xy times x. Okay. So with this y plus xy square and x minus x square y, first calculate m derivative y and n derivative x. So clearly these two quantities are not equal, so differential equation is not exact. But the given differential equation is of the form this. Okay. So some function of xy, the function is here 1 plus xy y dx plus second function of xy which is 1 minus xy x dy equal to 0. So we can write that the integrating factor for this problem is 1 over mx minus ny. So 1 over m is this times x minus n times y. So if we calculate that, then it is 1 by 2x square y square. So if I multiply the given differential equation with 1 by 2x square y square, then the differential equation can be written as this. Again we will check whether it is exact or not. So now my m1 is this 1 by 2x square y plus 1 by 2x, and n1 is 1 by 2x y square minus 1 by 2y, and calculate m derivative y and n derivative x. So you can easily see that both are same. So differential equation is now exact. So I can write the solution as integral of this m1 with x treating y as constant plus integral of those terms of n which do not contain x. So first term contains x, second term do not contain x. So minus 1 by 2y integral and is equal to constant. So I can integrate this and write the final solution. The case number 4 is that if the given differential equation is not exact, so if m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 is not exact, that means m derivative of y is not equal to n derivative of x. And if m derivative of y is not equal to n derivative x, but their difference divided by n is a function of x only, okay, it's a function of x only, then the integrating factor can be calculated as e raised to power integral fx dx. Similarly, if the difference n with x minus m with y over m is a function of y only, where gy is a function of y only, then the integrating factor can be written as e raised to power integral gy dy. Okay, so if you are given m dx plus n dy is equal to 0 be a differential equation where m derivative y is not equal to n derivative x, that means the differential equation is not exact. Then the difference divided by n, if it is function of x only, then integrating factor is e raised to power integral fx dx. If the difference divided by m is a function of g only, then the integrating factor is e raised to power integral gy dy. Okay, say for example we have to solve xy square minus e raised to power 1 by x cube dx minus x square y dy is equal to 0. So first step is again to check whether it is exact or not. M is this part, n is this second part minus x square y. So if we calculate m derivative y and n derivative x, then m derivative y is 2xy and derivative x is minus 2xy. So clearly these two are not equal, there is this minus sign difference. So the differential equation is not exact. But if I see the difference, the m derivative y minus n derivative x, it is this minus this is 4xy, or this minus this is minus 4xy. Okay, so if I divide with m, then it will be function of xy, but if I divide with n, then 4xy divided by x square y, so y will cancel out and it will become a function of x only. So I can apply this first rule, my minus nx by n, and it will be a function of x only. Okay, so Let us check m derivative y minus n derivative x over n. It will be 4xy over minus x square y. So it is minus 4 by x, which is a function of x only. That means the integrating factor is e raised to power integral of this minus 4 by x. Okay. So integrating factor is e raised to power integral of minus 4 by x dx, this function of x. And this we can easily solve to find that 1 by x power 4 is the integrating factor. So once we have the integrating factor, the role of this integrating factor is that if we multiply the given differential equation with this integrating factor, the differential equation becomes exact. Okay, so if we multiply the given differential equation, this was given differential equation, with x raised to power minus 4, that means 1 by x4, this equation can be rewritten as y square by x cube minus 1 by x4 this dx minus y by x square dy equal to 0. Now this is new m1, this is new n1. We can check that the given this differential equation is now exact differential equation. Okay, so this m1 n1, differentiate this with y, this with x, and see that partial derivative of m1 with y is n partial derivative with n1 with x. So this new differential equation is a exact differential equation. Okay, so that is the role of integrating factor. Okay, it converts the differential equation into exact. Now because this is the exact differential equation, we can write the solution as integral of this m1 dx treating y as constant plus integral of terms of n1 not containing x, but this n1 contains x in each term. Okay, so this second integral is 0 is equal to constant. Okay, so this is 0 and this whole m1 integration with y constant dx. So we can integrate and we can write the solution of the differential equation. Now the one last final case is that if m dx plus n dy equals 0 be a differential equation which is not exact, but if it can be written in this form, x raised to power a1 y raised to power b1 times m1 y dx plus n1 x dy plus x raised to power a2 y raised to power b2 m2 y dx plus n2 x dy is equal to 0. Okay, so here it is like y dx plus x dy with some coefficient constants and outside some power of x some power of y, and the second part is very similar to this part with some new constants. Okay, and new coefficients where this a1 b1 m1 n1 a2 b2 m2 n2 they are all constants. Okay, then the integrating factor for this equation is x power h y power k, where h and k satisfy these two conditions, that is a1 plus h plus 1 over m1 the coefficient of x, okay, the power of x, is equal to b1 plus k plus 1 over n1. Okay, b1 plus k plus 1 over this n1, and this second is very similar, a2 plus h plus 1 over m2 equal to b2 plus k plus 1 over n2. So we can solve these two equations to find h and k, and then x power h y power k will be integrating factor, where h and k we can solve and calculate from these two equations. Okay, and if we multiply this integrating factor on both sides to this equation, then this equation will become exact if it is not exact. Okay, say for example solve y xy plus 2x square y square dx plus xy minus x square y square dy is equal to 0. So our first step is whether this is exact or not. So it is m dx plus n dy is equal to 0. M is this term and n is this term. So differentiate this with y, this with x, and check whether two are equal or not. If they are equal, you can write the solution directly. Okay, so m derivative y is this, n derivative x is this. Okay, so this because of second term these two quantities are not equal, so differential equation is not exact. Okay, but the given differential equation can be written in this form. Okay, the first term if I take from here xy, then it is y dx plus x dy and x square y square, then the second part. Okay, so this equation this equation can be rewritten as xy times y dx plus x dy plus x square y square 2y dx minus x dy. Okay, first term combined, second term combined. Okay, so you can see that it is of that form, x power a1 y power b1, okay, m1 y dx plus n1 x dy. So we can write what is our a1 b1 n1 n1 a2 b2 etc. Okay, so this power is 1, this power is 1, coefficients are 1 1, so these are all 1. A2 b2 are 2 2, and m2 is 2, n2 is minus 1. Okay, so now we can solve and calculate h and k. It says that a1 plus h plus 1 over m1 is equal to b1 plus k plus 1 over n1. Okay, so that's our one equation. Similarly, a2 plus h plus 1 over m2 is equal to b2 plus k plus 1 over n2. Okay, so we can substitute all these constants here and we can calculate for h and k. Okay, so these two equations, immediately we can solve these to find that h is minus 3, k is minus 3. So the integrating factor is x power h y power k, where h is minus 3, k is minus 3. So that means 1 by x cube y cube is the integrating factor. So if we multiply with that integrating factor on both sides to this equation, then we will get a differential equation which is exact. Okay, so if we multiply 1 by x cube y cube to the differential equation, then differential equation can be written as this. Okay, and this time dx, this will be our new m1, this is n1. So again we will check whether it is exact or not. So m1 is 1 by x square y plus 2 by x, and n1 is 1 by x y square minus 1 by y. So differentiate this with y and this with x. See that both are equal. Okay, so the new differential equation is exact. So once we know that this is exact, then we can find the solution of this differential equation by integrating m1 with dx, treating y as constant and taking only those terms of n1 which do not contain x. So first contains x, second do not contain x, so minus 1 by y inside the integral equal to constant, and then we can integrate this and write the final solution. Okay, which is a general solution of the differential equation. So this was about the first order, first degree differential equations which are exact or which can be reduced to exact differential equation. In the next lecture we'll talk about first order ordinary differential equation but of higher degree. Okay, so where the degree of the differential equation is not 1. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.